And we are live. Hi, everyone. It's Lisa from South Florida and Alicia from South Carolina. And we are here, as we are every week on a Tuesday around this time, for everything health, healing, and beyond. So welcome, everybody. And today I'm going to have Alicia tell you what we're talking about today. A lot of interesting things about detoxing our mind, body, and spirit, and with these uncertain times. And Alicia, look what I have with me today, a piece of fluoride. I love this piece.
What I also have.
Oh my gosh!
Been on my desk for days.
This is synchronicity, right? Our fluoride.
Welcome to our lives. Like,
that's it. That's
what
happens.
That don't
That's what happens when you're tapped into the divine, right? Everything goes into flow, easy, consciousness, synchronicity. Love it.
I super love it. And I'm very excited for today's topic because it's like next level of things that Lisa and I have literally shared about, been passionate about, been interested in, have researched, studied for over a decade plus each. And that is the importance of detoxification and purifying your life. Like you've heard, what you eat is important. Watch what you think. But you don't know just how important all of these things are. Like there is a battle for your attention, for your consciousness, for your emotion. And now more than ever, it is important to vibe high, mind your thoughts, learn how to control your emotions. Because if you cannot control your emotions, others will use those to control you. And emotion is energy in motion. Like literally it sends out a light wave when you have a thought, and those get stored in the Akashic record. Everything is energy. So you have a thought, it's like a wave. Like I think about them like boomerangs, because what you throw out there is what you get back. But it's more important than ever to control thoughts, because those influence emotions, and emotions, I just told you, very, very, very powerful. And I heard a statistic I'm going to share with you, because normally I'm not like a big numbers person, but this is some math that got me incredibly excited. So you've maybe heard of epigenetics. So that's a newer science. Dr. Bruce Lipton has an amazing book on this. But epigenetics, epi means above genetics. So it's a new field of science that talks about how things like environmental factors, mood, for example, even counts. All of these things, they have an impact on our cellular structure. Like our thoughts have a measurable impact on our cellular structure. Like actually, and you can change your DNA through this field. But in epigenetics, they have found that each cell, so one cell, has about 1.4 electrical volts running through it. 1.4. Each of us is about 50 billion cells. So we take 1.4 electrical hertz times 50 billion freaking cells, and that's about 700 trillion volts of electricity in your hot little body. Like, hello, that's a lot of power. That is a lot of power.
There is.
Like, I was just blown away by that. Like, I know we're powerful beings, but to have it quantified in that way, I thought was so powerful. And that's why keeping your thoughts under control, keeping them in check, keeping your emotions under control, more important than ever, because not only does it affect your DNA, it affects what you're sending out. And vibing high, so important, because fun little fact, when we vibrate in those lower level emotions, you're actually food. You're feeding negative entities with that negative energy. And that's why there partly is this big push for negativity and all of these distractions and all of these things vying for your energy and your attention that bring you down, because that's literally food for certain types of entities, where Lord knows fear does not serve me. It does not serve you. It's absolutely serving somebody else. So with that, I can pass it on over to you.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, so it is so important to do a detox, not, it doesn't have to be, well, it's also good to cleanse your cells and, with nutrition or however you want to do a master cleanse, foot bath, whatever it is, but to detox your thoughts, detox your environment, detox who you're vibing with, like you said. And as you said, our thoughts become our emotions, emotions become our attitudes, attitudes become our behaviors, behaviors become our experiences. And I wrote a post about that, actually 2 posts about that yesterday. So it's interesting that you brought this up for the topic today. And our thoughts are very powerful because it is creating the world that we're living in. It's like we think that, it's just bringing about, like you said, like a boomerang, like for us, but it's really affecting a high level of people, right? A massive amount of people. So, and we are living in such uncertain times right now. Things are so sketchy. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of unknowing what's going to happen. And for over a year, and over a year for you too, we've been both talking about, what you like in your life. What are you passionate about? What is your creativity? When we were in lockdown last year, and now, a lot of places, oh my gosh, a lot of countries, pray for them, are in bad shape. So grateful that we are here, with food and water and electricity and no badgering, like that's like what's going on. But we live in these uncertain times, and I lost my train of thought of what I was going to say.
Well, we've known about these times. It's like, these are unprecedented times and really uncertain, but not for all of us. Some of us have been some
of us have been knowing and, seeing what really the truth is and looking behind the veil, because you can't see what is in front of the veil to really know what's happening. You have to look behind the veil. And for a lot of people, that's uncomfortable. Hold on, my phone's ringing. To really see what the truth is, right?
But this is a really important point. Very important point. So
yes. And okay, so now's a time where you see that people are losing their jobs left and right. And if you don't want to lose your job, you have to do this, and it's going to be mandated, or it is to do this. And our kids are being pulled down to the nurse's office to get this. They're being ripped out of their parents' hands in order to get this. And it's really time to step up. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing. It's just because it's so bizarre to step up into our sovereignty. What makes sense about this? What makes sense? We have an immune system, and we breathe fresh air, and everybody's healthy, and little kids, they are not prone to anything that requires a toxic this in their arm. It doesn't make sense. And if, we have also been so controlled by the financial system and the money system, right? And we live our lives on the possessions and the things and the recognition, and it's all about that money. So what if you can take money out of the factor, right? If you just take money off the table for a minute, all right, and you are being forced to do things that you don't want to do in order to be in a certain position or career that you're in, why not honor yourself and say, no, nobody's going to tell me what to do. I have free will. That's my God-given right. I have a choice. I'm going to step away, and maybe I'm going to spend more time with my family, and maybe I'm going to learn how to, cook with my family, and maybe start a career with, being a chef. I'm just throwing this out there. Or maybe start things online on how to do things that you're passionate about. What about taking your kids out of this in school, right? And letting go of the fact, oh, I can't because I have to work and I have these hours and this and that. Well, to me, it's like my kids are my priority, right? Why would I want to do anything that's going to hurt them? All right. So it's like there's so many things that we can do in this world where you can create a wonderful income doing what you want to do and being healthy and free. And it's time that we step up. We all step up and claim our sovereignty and say no, and step away from the system, step away from the matrix, step away from this reality, because the world is shifting regardless of who likes it or not. Nothing's ever going back to what people say are normal.
No going back.
There's nothing. Right. It's just going to be this vicious cycle, hamster wheel, into this kind of, I don't want to say what kind of thing it is now. It starts with a COM, and I'm not saying anymore. Right. So, yeah. So it's just like, when do you want to stop? Like, I'm not going to say you, we all have the ability to say no, to have gold and silver, right? And some cryptocurrency, to have our supplies where we don't need to, have our fruits and vegetables and seeds, that we can create our own gardens, to have our own livestock, right? We have the potential to be anything. When you want to grow up, what do you want to be? When, remember that when you were a kid, when you grow up, what do you want to be when you grow up? Be that, do that, create a new earth, create that, right? Detoxify from the matrix, take your kids out, teach them about, love and the universe and gardening and,
energy.
How to make, money, just whatever is like the right thing to do, right? It's like, I believe, and this is my opinion again, right? But this is what I am so passionate about and so, purposeful about. And so is Alicia, because shit's going to be hitting the fan, right? And we posted a little picture of that little thing on right? It's going to happen, right? And we are here to help you move out of the conformity and the comfort zone. It's uncomfortable. But you have to think too, maybe this is God's divine plan to shake you up, to step away, to come back to God consciousness and your own God divinity within yourselves, right? Instead of looking outside, look at me, and instead of looking outside, right, for your answers and, being controlled, right? None of us deserve to be controlled by another person. And everything that is said on the media and MSN, how do you know it's true? Right? How do you know that what they're telling you is true? You don't, right? You don't know this, right? So it's just like, take the time and seek the people who are so passionate, who a lot of the mass may think are crazy, right? But maybe, but what if, do that behind the veil and look at the research, because what's going on and what you're focused on, right, is not working. Nope. It's not working, and it's going bad. Bad, south, bad. And it has nothing to do with who's in the government, because who's running the government is not who's running the government. No. It has nothing to do with that.
Not at all.
It has to do with we the people, humanity, standing up for our rights and truths. And the only way that you can do that is step back into your own power, right? And if there are people who are, have these thoughts that, oh, don't go near me because you didn't get this. And if you didn't get this, then I'm going to get this. I don't know how to do that V, but anyway, it's like, so it's like, and for me too, and for you, and those who are listening, who are awakening, it's staying focused and staying in your group of people who are like-minded, who can be surrounded with the people who are going to raise you up. Right. And there's such a disconnect. And yes, we have friends and we have family and they're friends and family. But the way things are now and values are and the split, it's very important you go into it, because we are ascending and we need to keep that vibration high and we cannot lower it. And, at the end of this video, another time or whatever, Alicia can mention, to go back into those techniques of meditation and crystals and, listening to the stuff to keep that high, because there is a split and the shit is gonna happen and the shift is happening, and it's inevitable. This is an inevitable thing. Where do you choose to be?
I choose to be here on the front lines. That's what I signed up for. I mean, hello. You and I know you move differently when you have the knowingness that you're here on divine assignment, which you are, I am. Other people are the light workers, the light warriors. We are waking up, coming together, the star seeds, love for everyone wherever they are. However, discernment now more than ever is absolutely crucial. We see a lot of judgment going around, and that shit is toxic as fuck. And it's division, polarity. It's part of how we're controlled, part of how we're being controlled right now. Discernment is completely different. And when you know, you know. And part of cutting the shit out of your life is being able to discern what is life-giving and what is life-taking. You're a living being. You require living food, period. Fruits, vegetables, whatever. I don't care. You're a living being. Eat more of it. Don't cook it into oblivion. There's all kinds of amazing supplements that can assist you to further, detoxify your body. We're also electrical beings, as I mentioned. So foods that are electrical. Some fun research for you. Lisa and I might cover that, down the line more with food. But discerning, that like leafy greens are better for you than McDonald's. You have that discernment. Like the ego or some aspect of you might attempt to seduce you. Oh, but you deserve this. It's okay every once in a while. You know. Stop lying to yourself. Stop believing the lies that you tell yourself. This is for you as much as it is for me, because there's absolutely areas that I can continue to refine and turn the dial. Meditating. I don't care how you do it, but just raise your level of conscious awareness, because when you are consciously aware and present, when you see manipulation, when you see propaganda, when you see these techniques being used, you'll be able to catch it. And even like if you're watching something, there might be subliminal messages that at one time went right over. But now when you start to watch something, you can feel it in your body and discern like, I'm getting funky vibes from this. I'm done. I'm good. Discernment, learn it, practice it. Take time for yourself. You do not owe anybody anything. Like if they're not celebrating you, if they're shunning, badgering you, bullying you, bless and release. Let them do what they want to do. Do not let them seduce you into being the force to their counterforce. Stay in your power. Reclaim your power. Nobody can make you feel bad. That's getting seduced down into that darkness, back into those lower dimensions, those low vibrational emotions that keep you anchored to the 3D where you are a slave. We've been enslaved. And this is a whole other, we'll like put a pin in this one, because that could go on a really big rabbit hole. But in all ways, find your people, go where you're celebrated, put good things in your body, good things in your mind, stop consuming shit content, unplug, get your ass out in nature, go out in nature, take your shoes off, go in nature, like the real world, nature is still real. Go there. You'll feel way better. Leave your phone and go out in nature. That's what I've got.
Love that. And to do something different too. It's like, I found this makeup. It's organic. It's called Juice Beauty. And I'm like, cool. And it feels so good. And so everything. It's just
all the things.
All right. So this was awesome. A little heated.
Yeah. We're ready. We're fired up, man. Okay, we're going.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we all love you guys so much. All right, I'm going to do a little light language now for the collective. Let's see if I can calm this energy down just a little bit to do some healing work. Okay. We'll see what kind of comes through for the healing. This is a collective healing right now. Nishi ni diashkana yata goroshkini yapa pasati yasatikiya. Uliana Kayana Sakaria Kanaka Sakaniata Kanayasa Kaniata Karashkaniata Groshkaniata Pasakate Kaniaskaniata Groshkaniata Karabakika Kasakintikita Koyana Sakapalina Uliana Sakariashkaniapa Papasikintia Yana Sakariashkana Payana Takiata Korashkaniata Pariata Poya Nakisikito Liana Sakatoshkaniala Yana Sakata Sakanamoshkaniata Groshkaniata Karashkaniapa Pasakatiana Yoshkaniata Groshkaniaska Papakatata Kaniata Karoskoniaskaniata Konoshkania Papasakaniataka. So that was telling me to to tell you that yes, it's time to declutter your space of things that no longer serve you. Declutter your space, especially if things bring your energy down and don't sit right with you. If somebody gave you something that is sentimental but still gives you a bad vibe, donate it, give it away, whatever you want, but get rid of your space, clean your space, tidy up, like you were saying. Be mindful of your internal environment, of what you're bringing in, right? Food, water, drinks, things like that. Your consumption of things that maybe too addictive, try to scale it back. We're not perfect. And also your thoughts, watch even us, watch our thoughts, watch what we're doing. And the more that you can center and declutter and have that peace of mind, the quicker you'll be able to see the truth, the quicker you'll be able to discern, as Alicia was saying. So with that, everybody have a freaking amazing day. Build your light bubble of protection around you, your family, your loved ones, right? And keep your vibe high. We love you so much. All right. Talk to you soon. Okay. Bye.